What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic and more. We back in the building. Shout out to everybody on that boxing grind. And here we are. Sounds like Top Rank is trying to put on 2 pay-per-view shows in 2018 through ESPN. I forgot, just that quick how sneaky and sly Bob Arum is. And one of the shows that may be potentially on pay-per-view may include, in separate pay-per-view shows, Lomachenko and Crawford. Now, Crawford and Jeff Horn could be trending towards a pay-per-view show on ESPN. I don't know why the addition of 2 pay-per-view shows, because Top Rank has 0 pay-per-view pullers right now. Nobody I'm paying to see fight on pay-per-view, period. Not even Pacquiao at this point in his career. But Crawford and Horn is one of the fights that, people are assuming and rumored to be one of those pay-per-view shows. And I will not pay $40, $50, $60. I'm not paying nothing to see that fight. And how I feel about pay-per-view boxing is the simple fact that it's the only sport other than UFC, combat sport, that you must pay for their biggest and most precious fights. I don't like that. Your biggest and best fight should be free, where you can pull in more fan bases, more bigger fan base. But that's how they like to do. And Bob Arum was talking about Terence Crawford and Earl Spence potentially being a big pay-per-view a couple months ago, and I knew that he had ambitions and was going to try some funky stuff to start back a pay-per-view. And now he's doing it through ESPN pay-per-view, and it'll be interesting to see how they do it, man. I'm surprised he didn't try to go through YouTube like Hennessy Sports and Huey Fury versus Joseph Parker. I like that idea. Going through YouTube for pay-per-view. I like the idea of them doing the NFL ticket through YouTube. They experimented with that a couple years ago. They played around with it. But Lomachenko and Crawford ain't no pay-per-view fighters right now. Not even for $20 on some UK price type junk. They should be fighting on ESPN pay-per-view, on ESPN regular television. But when they fight on regular television, they not even pulling, Showtime numbers. They not even pulling HBO numbers, where they have paid subscriptions or paid subscribers. You know what I'm saying? They not even pulling those type of numbers. So what do they think they gonna do on pay-per-view? Maybe they experimenting around with it, but they should try to build them up a little bit first before they put them on pay-per-view. And potentially, maybe one of those pay-per-view dates can be, Mikey Garcia versus Sal Lomachenko, or Crawford versus Mikey, or Crawford versus Earl Spence. Maybe he's setting the platform and setting the bridge and the foundation for a Crawford Keith Thurman or Crawford Earl Spence. Now we talking about a formidable pay-per-view main event. Crawford versus Horn, absolutely not. But at this point, it's all speculations. But one thing for sure, two things for concrete right here is the fact that ESPN pay-per-view, they have 2 shows for Top Rank. So it will be 2 pay-per-view shows in the year 2018. Maybe, they don't have enough fight days, or maybe they want to experiment around with it. We'll see how it goes. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a dud. If it's not Earl Spence versus Terence Crawford, or Terence Crawford versus Keith Thurman, or Pacquiao versus Crawford. I mean, some people will buy that. That's a formidable idea right there. But some people may buy that. They might be suckered into that to see a passing of a torch type fight. But most people that know boxing know that it's just a formality that Crawford put them paws on him. Now Lomachenko potentially filling one of those pay-per-view days as the main event is a no-go. It's nobody that I want to see him fight around this weight class for that money. Not a Gervonta Tank Davis, not a Gary Russell rematch, not a Leo Santa Cruz, not a Jorge Linares, not a Robert Easter Jr., not a Mikey Garcia. That's not a pay-per-view type of fight. I'm sorry. A pay-per-view type of fight for me is Canelo versus Triple G. That's a pay-per-view fight that, okay, I know what I'm getting. Two polished guys, 2 guys that got, somewhat of a fan base, 2 guys that popular. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, that's a pay-per-view fight in the UK and can be in the US, but that's something like, all right, I pay for that, It ain't too many pay-per-view fights that I want to see. Even the Earl Spence versus Keith Thurman, that's a regular CBS fight, and that's what they should do. They should do more regular TV fights. Try to get Fox to get them some dates or something like that. Try to kill pay-per-view. Because that was one of the dumbest ideas. How can you put your best product, your sport's best product for $50, $60? When you can do like the Super Bowl do and charge advertisers a little higher price and recoup that same money, But at the end of the day, this was, Bob Arum want to do. You know, he don't mind playing around with the church's money to see what happened. You know, he 86 years old. He dealing on borrowed time anyway. You know, he trying to make his imprint, but ain't nobody over there pay-per-view type fighter. And if he doing an in-house ESPN type fight, if it ain't Lomachenko versus Terence Crawford, it don't have a chance. You know, maybe Pacquiao versus Terence Crawford or Pacquiao versus Lomachenko. Alright, but ain't nobody paying to see Lomachenko fight. And ain't nobody pretty much paying to see Crawford fight. You know, just no nobodies. So he has to have a big idea and plan. For Lomachenko, the best I can see is Mikey Garcia, and for Crawford, it's either Keith or Earl Spence, and I think he'll get some funders for that. You know, I think people will pay to see Crawford versus Keith or Earl Spence. Now, I'll be amazed if this thing did either one of these did $500K. I would be totally amazed if these pay-per-views did that. But it could if you get the right opponents in there. You know, Joseph Parker's part of the Top Rank, Pruitt. I mean, they got some guys. You know, but no ticket sellers, no pay-per-view sellers that I see. You know, if I'm wrong, let me know if y'all know some guys that's affiliated with Top Rank that can do some big pay-per-view numbers, man. What is an ESPN/Top Rank fight that you want to see that could be pay-per-view? Can deal with PBC, Eddie Hearn, or whatever. Let me know.